Hello, all, and welcome once again to another healthy dose of Salon Life TV. I want to make sure that I am bringing to you guys um, more frequent updates, but sometimes my schedule just gets really crazy behind, even for me. I've been in Tampa for a few days on a work uh, event, and the opportunity that I really couldn't turn down. I've been living in Orlando for a few years, and as with anything else, in my 28 years in this business, I do know that when you're given an opportunity to jump on something, you jump on it. You don't hesitate. Um, the early bird loses the worm. You snooze, you lose. All of that other good stuff plays a part. So with that being said, I've really just been trying to catch my bearings here the past few days. I've got a total of 6 weeks that I've got to be here for 5 day work week, 2 days personal days, and then back on the grind for a 5 and 6 day work week until it kind of levels out for the next 6 weeks. So bear with me, you guys. I've been off just a little bit, but I wanted to um, touch bases on something that I know is I want it to be a bone of contention for people that are posting themselves and being something that they aren't. This again goes back to the credibility and the validity of our entire profession, you guys. So, as the title says, professional licenses or professional hustlers. And there's the difference. I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to Misty Martise, Facebook homie. We connected over a year or so ago through Facebook as two instructors having issues putting our heads together at that time, networking on kind of what we felt the school industry could and couldn't do. And that's still a whole another video I got coming, trust me, on how we got to take our industry back. And it starts with our schools. Investing our own hard earned cosmetology, barber, and salon, nail tech, esthetician, spa dollars. If we want to see new talent come into the industry and we want them to respect the industry, we got to teach it to them. And we can't expect corporate executives that have nothing to do with this industry to understand what it takes to live and breathe in this industry. So therefore, you can't support those who want to get an education in this industry. So that's coming. Stay tuned for that. So Miss Misty posted something that I thought was um, crazy for me, but when I see stuff like that, I have to back people up because if until you walk in our shoes, you really don't know what it takes to do what we do. Too many people for too many years themselves have been scamming, or too many professional cosmetologists and barbers have fallen off of, yes, your very own soapbox, and you should stand proudly on that and shout it to the rooftops all the way for the cheap seats in the back that I am a licensed professional cosmetologist. It took me going to somebody's college, studying a book, taking an exam, passing it on the first time, getting licensed in not one, but two, but three, but four states, going back to school, X amount of years later to become a cosmetologist instructor, taking that exam, passing that on the first time, and currently licensed in not one but two states. Working towards a PhD that hopefully I'll finally get it done sometime this time next year. And just recently actually completing a certification in behavior management to help me supplement my teaching and those that I still teach as professional development sponsor and a trainer to help them get a better it just get better tools so you can control your life and control your brain and control your mind so you're not constantly going crazy. It takes a lot to do what we do. Too many cosmetologists have been beaten down by the powers that be. And I can tell you, growing up as a kid with a mom who was a dietitian and worked in restaurants on and off my whole life. She left school actually as a teacher after getting pregnant with my brother. So that was just kind of what you did back then. You were pregnant, knocked up, shotgun wedding, and then your life got put on hold because now you got to be put all your effort into raising a family. I would never down her for that because she did what she needed to do, even if it wasn't the best of circumstances that she had to do it in. My father was a master electrician, retired after 30 something odd years as one of the biggest steel plants in the United States. I grew up in an era where people were so negative, so ugly towards one another, and this was all about the emergence for black people into corporate America. Black people learned to throw salt in the wound and to tear each other down. They only learned the behavior that white people taught them during that time because it was their way of fitting in. Okay? Y'all excuse me for a second. Let me turn the air down and oh my goodness. I gotta get a little comfortable here drinking on my Earl Grey tea. I don't want to start sweating on camera. Uh, uh, there we go. Just kicked in. Um, with that being said, if you were not an academic professional in some form of academics or another, and this crap started when I was finishing up high school, if you were not studying some type of academic degree, I mean, people were talking about you and dogging you like crazy, right? So my ninth grade year, going into my 10th grade year of high school, I was in all advanced placement classes back then, is what we called them. Taking French and pre-calculus, trigonometry, and all of that old crap, focusing on what college I'm going to get into or what I'm going to attend. I'm going to be this big deal attorney or working in something in legal this and legal that because I was a fanatic of Law and Order and a whole bunch of other weird cop shows back then for whatever reason. So that was my influence. However, I do know that I love doing hair, okay, quote unquote, friends, family, whoever. And I was in sports really heavy back then. So I also knew that the combination of sports is what a lot of people were using that ticket to go to college, or you just were flat out using your academics and your brain to go to college. And I did love the sports. I did not have support from my family to pursue sports. That was the problem. I had a father very controlling, very abusive, very negative, and a young woman showing her independence and free thinking thought of mind was something he did not know how to process or deal with. So when I came to him in around my 11th grade year, where my coach began to start grooming me and other girls to pursue scholarships, I was shot down. Like I was 17 years old. I was scheduled to be 17 years old when I graduated high school. And this kind of goes back to my very early upbringing. As a gifted child, I was scheduled to actually complete high school with my brother the same year that he repeated a grade. So it placed him graduating high school at 19. It would have had me graduating in the same year as him, but graduating at 15 years old. My parents were not having that even back then. I think it was more financial that they could not afford to keep me into private schools and with the private tutors and the private placement you go through and all of that stuff once you're on that trajectory as a gifted kid. And then the bulk of it really started to show itself during my high school years. So now I'm like, all right, I got a chance to go to college. It was just an hour drive away, still within the state of Alabama. But in the patriarchal typical society we grew up in. A man rules the roost, rules the nest. This is my house, man. King Kong, all that nonsense on the chest. If you're gonna do what I say, and you're a girl, and the only thing I was ever getting from my mother on her end was you just need to get married and have the babies. There was nothing on being independent, doing for yourself, um, living alone, living independently, taking care of yourself. There was nothing on that. All they knew was get married and have kids. Even though it was a pathetic way for them to live because they were not truly happy. They did what they needed to do as parents, but as far as them in a marriage together, that wasn't it. So I had to choose something else. And my focus at that point was whatever I had to do to get the hell away from that type of upbringing. Alcohol, abuse, molestation, the sisters and brothers. My father had kids all outside of his marriage. I have absolutely no idea where they were. So we were getting our ass beaten, And in the home, outside of the home, though, my parents were putting on a really good front. As long as we were dressed up every week for Sunday, hair comb, clothes clean, like it threatened all the time. Like, you better not tell nobody that we're kicking y'all asses in here behind these closed doors. Like, don't, you know. And then it went from that to pacifying and basically bribing us, with clothes and toys and vacations and all of that. But no real love there, you know, and no real support on what you actually want to do with your life, Monica. So I had to start devising that plan here for myself. And it's 127, 28, whatever IQ brain that I had back then. So I found hairdressing. Next to my last year of um, completing high school, one of my father's oldest cousins um, was a hairdresser then. So I remember hanging out sometimes with her doing my hair. My very last year of high school, I'd already taken it, had passed the class. My brother was married at that point, and he brought his wife home. Shout out to you, Karen, baby. I hope you're watching this. Love you all the way in Germany. Do your thing. B, what's up? Um, say hey to Julian and M for me. Um, but my brother brings home this 6 foot tall, 6 foot 4 feet tall Amazon, who was already hairdressing professionally at the time, and she blew my fucking mind. Like, this woman was maybe 20 at the time, 21. I was 17. That puts my brother at 19, so that's about right. Um, she traveled. She'd been in places like London and Paris and all of that, and I'm like, now she's traveling to another country. Granted, she's married with a baby with my piece of shit brother, but I'm like, she's doing these things and sharing her stories with me as a young woman, and she's all able to do this as a cosmetologist. So I'm like, that's it for me. That's what I need to do to escape the tragedy of my upbringing. And I didn't want to go down the road that so many other young women I saw at that time, 16 and 17 years old, pregnant, kids in tow, dead end job, poverty, projects, welfare, food stamps, you name it. It was all downhill for everybody. I don't care how you glamorize and want to normalize that shit. It is a shitty ass, piece of shit ass way to live. People still, at my almost 45 years old, still want to glamorize getting food stamps and welfare queens and this, that, and other. Nobody wants to live getting free food, but you got to bring that free food home, and you got rats and roaches constantly. You battling every day. Nobody wants to live in shit like that. And you got to sooner or later wake up in your head and realize it's up to you on what you're going to do for yourself in your life. Okay? Anybody can have a hustle, y'all, but primarily the scam artists of the world have got this shit wrong. They got it fucked up. And in my industry, I want to do whatever I can to make sure that I preserve the legacy of what this is. It's different than being a professional licensee and being an entrepreneur than being a hustler and a scam artist. So people without licenses, and before you had emails and websites and all of this stuff that you could do to go and check the validity of someone's license. Let me grab right now while I'm thinking about it and pulling it out. This is what you had, proof on, and they have never not been issued in this format with either a face printed on it, and I'll put it up a little closer. Okay, this is my Florida license. There we go. Or you attach a photo to it. It's never not been that in my 28 years. Maybe a little bit before then, where you didn't have the photo option and definitely the scanning, which happens now. This photo doesn't come off. So this scans just like your driver's license does. But people have been scamming for a long ass time. To me, not enough professional licensees are opening their mouth to let their clients know the difference. Social media and the advent of that, the shit is rapid fire. So you can see anybody scrolling something and showing that they're doing hair, doing this and doing that. And I'm starting now to even think about some of you so-called educators that are out there. And you've been on the hair show circuit, and you've been on somebody's stage. someone actually put a post up and said, what's the difference in you taking being licensed yourself and you taking a class from someone who's not licensed? The big difference is you ain't going to get none of my damn money to come sit in on your class. Unless you are solely representing a product company or a tool or something in a sales capacity, you don't have shit to tell me when you don't have one of these in somebody's fucking state somewhere. Okay? I'm only showing this because it's Florida. My Alabama stuff is the little one is in my purse somewhere, and I need to go dig it out. Georgia, I have it. It's probably in null and void status right now because I haven't worked in the state in enough years to keep it active. Tennessee is the same thing. But they're there. And it took time and money and effort and getting on the road and traveling and taking tests and paying money in those states to get those licenses activated and to keep them active at the times that I worked there. So, you being a professional hustler, pull one of these out your asses if you can. Students that I've dealt with over the years, that they have been in some capacity where they were hustling, but they wanted to come to school. And now, hopefully, I was able to dig enough into their brain. This is what gives you credibility to your clients. So when you got opportunity to come to somewhere like Tampa, Florida, 6 weeks, a paid gig for 6 weeks, you get that because I got a stacked resume with multiple licenses in good standing. Scam artists don't get that. Scam artists continue to scam for their $20, $30, $40, $50, or they may even scam some of these celebrities out here because the celebrities, if they ain't looking for professionalism, they don't know what's up. And you doing a Nicki Minaj's hair and a Cardi B's and a whoever the hell else without a license would not ever circumvent professional school training or licensing through apprenticeship or school that you have to take a test and become a licensed individual. You're never going to get one of these pulled out of some celebrity's ass. It's not going to happen. Boo. Boo. Okay? So I want professional licensees to understand that on one end, we got Fortune 500 companies in cahoots with CEOs of those companies and the politicians that write our cosmetology and barbering laws. They're in cahoots on one end because if they could come together and deregulate licensing, because the companies want as many people in a place of business producing work to pay us this amount of money for what we actually produce to help pad their bottom line. Why do we need to wait a year, 6 months for somebody to get a cosmetology license, barbering license, take a test before they can get a license to blow dry hair? Okay? That's another one that I got coming up. Okay? Deregulation. We got to talk about it. The opposite of that is we're fighting now unlicensed activity, people. This can go to the chaos we see in some of these nail salons that are out here with these people that flat out kicking asses over $2 and $3 versus doing what would be the most logical thing. Have people pay up front for their services. And you ain't got to worry about somebody trying to run out your front door or your back door and you feel you got to chase them down in the parking lot and people put somebody in a headlock or jump on the back of their damn car. Like, seriously? Like, come on, people. No, I'm not doing that. We have unlicensed activity going on in a lot of different ways. So when you're going to step up and your services are going to be $250 an hour because that client wants this install, or she wants these braids, or she wants this color, or she wants this whatever. Your licenses and the years and the money and the studying and the traveling and the taking a test and passing and getting this issue year in, year out, or every other year, whatever it does in your state. That's what you charge money for. And you mean to tell me you're just perfectly comfortable with letting scam artists, online or not, chip away at your credibility? that shit ain't cool with me. And it never will be cool with me. Okay? So I'm gonna go back to a post that I said earlier. Miss Misty on Facebook put up. She said just randomly, I saw this and it triggered my response because I remember putting something up maybe a month or so before this, and I put up at least my most recent certificate, and this is probably definitely before I even finished at Behavior University. I just got that a week or 2 weeks ago, and a healthcare screening. So I'm looking to parlay what we're doing with behavior management in the classroom and to help schools supplement their teachers and what the teachers need to supplement that income. And hopefully we can get some type of behavior management classes that you guys know, adult education is very hard, very difficult. With 20 to 25 students you may have on a roster and you got one teacher in the classroom and no help. So it could be behavior management problems, and that could be mitigated through getting teachers the proper resources. So I just finished some training to put another notch in my belt to get out there and help schools deal with that issue. All right. Misty put up, I am a licensed cosmetology and esthetician instructor. Mind you, these licenses are not co-joined at the hip, people. They are trained for individually. I have barbering credentials in Alabama. I haven't had the barbering instructor credentials in Alabama. I haven't had the license issued because I haven't needed it. However, Florida is really pressing me on a lot of opportunities that I need to take care of that. And the only reason Alabama was a little easier to issue that license to me because I'd already had the cosmetology instructor's license in good standing for close to 15 years. And it's taken me a few hours to take one segment of a barbering course, which is a 14-point shave, to take that course to get that done, and I'm grandfathered in under everything else as a cosmetology instructor because it supersedes all other licenses. Okay, so Miss Misty is a licensed cosmetology and esthetician instructor with a 13-year background in nursing. That's why. I didn't even ask her why she put that's why on there because my cosmetologist brain zeroed into what this is. This is a question she probably had somebody pose to her, and I think she said either in her private messages or her DM. And sometimes you just got to let somebody know, And so her initial response um, was that I never really disclosed a lot of info, but people always trying me in the DM. So I had to hit Misty up, and my response was, it's not about disclosure, but about confirmation to me. You're damn right. And I've realized that people that doubt us are so bamboozled by the ignorance of the hustlers they fall prey to all the time, especially with social media, that they don't really know what properly licensed professional credentials look like. Okay? No, they don't. This is just for the general public, general consumer, or general client, y'all. We got to start getting this information out in front of people appropriately. There's a reason I'm licensed, so you can come and get your hair done for me, and it can look cute and this, that, and other. Yeah, but you ain't got to worry about your hair falling out, falling, and your sink falling off. Liking all the stuff, horrible stuff you think could happen to your hair or your nails or your face, to these women running around here that been getting fake these butt injections with Fix a Flat and glue, super glue, gluing these holes together that somebody then stuck a needle that's unclean, unsterilized into their asses with, that they probably used on multiple people. So now you're talking about not only something 5 or 6 years later that can make you sick via the K. Michelle's of the world, now you're possibly looking at death. And you're possibly looking at some type of infection at the site that you were stuck in, because if they're not sterilizing these needles, now you're talking about some CDC problems and some universal precautions problems and some method of decontamination problems and some sanitation and some disinfection and some sterilization problems because people don't clean these needles. You're talking about some HIV and some hepatitis and some impetigo and some whole bunch of other dumbass shit that can happen to you. Getting shit stuck in your ass, in your face, on your head, on your nails by unlicensed people. For one, too many unprofessional, unethical people with a license will do stuff like that to you because they're just hustling money. They could be properly licensed, but they are ethically and morally inept. It's nothing there. Okay? All they care about is taking your money. So that's out there too. All right? The rest of my post was, so as with me, and after someone who was questioning the cost of my services and my consultation fees, of all my recent diplomas and certificates, I uploaded all of my recent diplomas and certificates and state board licenses, as well as posted another completion in behavior management. Okay, I did this right after I finished that. Another completion in behavior management a few weeks ago to not only remind people that to be in any industry for 28 years and be highly educated and credentialed is why I charge what I charge, but it takes a strong will of mind and heart to continue to strive for excellence, and hopefully this time next year or a year and a half, I'll be posting my PhD in Christian education as well. Hello. So I'm over not bragging on myself, okay? And my own hard-earned accomplishments, because if you don't do it for yourself, it's obviously no one else will. Respect it. So Miss Misty Martinez, I join you in shouting very loud and proudly, especially for the cheap seats in the back, about who you are and what you have achieved. I salute you. Yes, ma'am, I do. Honey, bragging is different than you being arrogant. You can brag when you to put them numbers up on the board. You feel me? And that's that old athlete in me talking. You can brag because I got the numbers on the board. An arrogant person is a person that's going to ride right alongside shotgun with a hustler because they talk in a good game. And the average client does not know to look for a license, verify a license, where to go, come into a place of business, nothing. It's so many loopholes in the industry, y'all. You can go and apply for a business license right now, go and buy a retail space someplace, go and buy you all the salon equipment in the world and put it all up and go in there and start doing whatever it is that you do. And until you actually get reported to the appropriate cosmetology and board, and more importantly, they have verifiable proof. So they come in posing as clients, or they send secret shoppers in, and they take camera work and this, that, and other. They take photo work of you online with whatever you then sent them on a PayPal or a style seat, whatever you charge, and you posted that up. You're dumb enough to be posting stuff on social media, and you're illegally licensed. So the first thing up is a lot of these people, Edward Scissorhands and Mr. Raider, the bad barber. Ain't none of that bullshit wrote on nobody's license. This is a government issued name here, first, middle, and last. Monica Chantel Boglin has never been married, and all licenses say Monica Chantel Boglin. Okay? Government name. That's what's on my credentials. Miss B the teacher, yeah, that's me on YouTube. Yeah, that's me on Instagram. Yeah, that's me on Twitter. Miss B the teacher isn't on none of this shit right here. Pull out state credentials, ID that I have to update these with. Monica Chantel Boglin, government name, first, middle, and last. Okay? When you're going to go and get married, when you're going to get divorced, these government, state-issued licenses want to see proof of a marriage certificate, proof of a divorce decree, proof that you changed your name on your state identification, social security card if you did all that, before they reissue this in a new name or your current name. Or you're trying to update it and you sending in a check and it's got a married name on it. Guess what? They sending the check back. They sending this back. You got one name on this license. You got another name on that check. We ain't taking it. We don't do identity thievery here at nobody's Board of Cosmetology. And I can appreciate them for that. So get the word out about what you do and what you went through and what you've earned and why you've earned it. Because that's what it's there for. I don't fuck this shit about I don't brag on myself. I don't this, that, and other. Yes, I do. 15 years battling lupus, damn near 30 years of living with this shit, and I still get up and grind and hustle. and travel and get on a plane and do this and do that and make my fucking money. I do it because, for one, I got the will of heart to do it. Two, I got these credentials. Ain't nobody giving me this. Loopers or not. If you gonna work, bitch, you better be in a position where you can work, or you gonna pay the money and get these damn licenses renewed so you can work. Okay? It gets on my last fucking nerve. I'm really sick of this shit with professional scam artists, and you want to this, that, and the other. But at the same time, I got to give a kick in the ass to my professional sisters and brothers in the salon industry. We can't afford to ever be complacent, because that lends to complicity. When people are out here taking money gladly that clients freely give them, because we're not out here putting a fresh face on an old scam. This is nothing new. They just doing it in a new arena. So fuck that shit about I don't brag on myself. I don't normally tell people. Why don't you? You got doctors out here that are going to have all their degrees posted up. Lawyers got their shit posted up. Accountants got their shit posted up. Why we don't have our shit posted up? You better post it, and you better be proud of it, and you better do what you need to do to preserve it. Because again, deregulation on one end and hustlers on the other. So now you're talking about just choosing between the lesser of two evils. If we continue to sit back and do not put enough accountability behind what we do and who we are, our industry will implode in our faces. Now we got companies that only care about making a profit, scam artists over here who can never create real value and worth because they don't have anything invested in it. So now you got a 28-year veteran. I got to be out here scraping for change because the majority of the people that are in my industry now coming in have no training, no professional licensing. A job is a job, you guys. A job cannot be a school and a job at the same time. It is illegal for that shit to happen. That falls under a NACE code with Department of Labor. North American Industrial Classified System. That's what that is. NACE code. Businesses are businesses. Schools are schools. So you can be in the same industry for cosmetology and barbering, but you cannot simultaneously, one and the same, be a cosmetology business or an employer and be a cosmetology school. It can't happen. So you need to be able to respect the process. But jobs now just want to handle all day on-the-job training. Like, come on. I've been in salons, walked in. I don't want to be in a salon that's going to train me to not change fucking barbicide for 6 months. I don't need to be in no damn salon doing that if that's what you're going to train me to do. Yes, everything just about you can get your hands on it on a commercial market, retail market. Doesn't make you a professional, no it doesn't. So you can only give a hand clap to companies that are still only selling to professionals in the professional market. And those that have a retail side to what they do and what they sell, it's a clear line there, a clear margin, you guys. But professional licensing over professional hustling, all day long, I'm going to respect my industry and respect those licenses and gladly pay those fees. So when I could go stand in front of politicians when the time comes, stand in front of clients when the time comes, consumer advocate board, professional licensing board, professional inspectors, Alabama, several of them know me by first name and I know them. State board members know me by first name and I know them because I go hard and I represent hard. But one thing nobody will ever say is, regardless of what my mouth is, and this is just coming to you straight tea, because those of you that know me, Monica is Monica, and this is just what you get. Time out for the damn niceties and the cuteness and the this and the that. Fuck that shit. You talking about how I eat now? No, no, hell no. I ain't just gonna let nobody. You get stabbed in the hand. If I had a plate of food in front of me right now, and I'm hungry, trying to get that grub on, you just gonna come take some food off my plate? you're going to get, you're going to get one of them. Literally. So in this world, which is not figurative to me, it is literal, that non-licensed people want to stand up and do what I do and make the money that I make. Continue to deceive and bamboozle clients out there. No, I don't sit back and I don't let that shit slide. No, I don't. Okay? One last thing I've researched on why this shit is so rampant, and again, not just cosmetology and barbering, it's any industry. Okay? There's a fine line between professional licensees and professional hustlers because we all still do, yes, have that entrepreneurial spirit at heart. But we lean on credibility. Hustlers and scammers lean on deception. And at the end of the day, y'all, no professional insurance company is going to back them. Once a business license office realizes that you don't have professional insurance, they're not reissuing licenses to you. This is what it's coming down to. All appropriate authoritative agencies are now sharing information freely, public information with that, not your private, but public information. We have to get consumers involved because at the end of the day, it's affecting the consumers. The consumers are the ones purchasing goods and services, and they need to be able to do them from the best, most credible, legitimate sources that they can. You don't want to lay up on a gurney in a hospital room with some fake doctor pumping your ass with whatever. You don't want to go and get a heart surgery, lay on somebody's couch, let them crack your rib cage open with a pair of rusty ass pliers, snatch your daddy's heart out his chest, and then snatch somebody else's granddaddy's heart out their chest that they found on the side of the road because organ harvesting is real. And then take that heart, throw it up in your daddy's chest, sew them valves and nerves and tendons and blood vessels back together. Then stitch his rib cage back together, however the hell that happens. Bandage him up, and then let him sit down on the couch and hope he recovers and don't die. Yeah, extreme, but yeah, that's where we at with it. Okay. This says grinders. This is in respect to grinders and hustlers. This article on Forbes, kind of making a little bit of a distinction here. Grinders desperately seek opportunity. If a slot opens, they step in without hesitation for the purpose of proving their worth to others. Hello. Hustlers put effort into existing opportunities to build their vision and create additional opportunities with the value they already know they have. Hustlers are not haters. A hustler respects the process and knows what it really takes to achieve the seemingly impossible, while grinders often hate because they don't understand how to simply master the game. Okay, so making a distinction between those that are out there grinding and hustling. I will tell you for the most part, with professionals, we're going to commit to the professionalism, how it is written, and ain't trying to reinvent the wheel. Hustlers and scammers are out here, don't want to do the work. It's a huge bone of contention with them because they are largely lazy, but they want to reap all the rewards. So it's more psychological to me, not that they can't do the work, not that they can't commit to it. It's them feeling entitled and fairly narcissistic, thinking that the world owes them something. And that's bullshit. And again, at the end of the day, I ain't going down without a fight. I'm not going to let my industry be given away to just con artists. It's not going to happen. Not on my watch. Okay? How con artists work. This is another one from Money Magazine. Con artists make money through deception. Plain and simple. They lie, cheat, and fool people into thinking they happen onto a great deal or some easy money when they're the ones who will be making the money. If that doesn't work, they'll take advantage of our weaknesses. Loneliness, insecurity, poor health, or simple ignorance. I say it all the time. Ignorance ain't a bad word. So when I've had to throw the word ignorance out there to some people straight up and down. I'm not using it as a weapon. I'm using it to try to wake your dumb ass up. Ignorance is the opposite of educated. Ignorance is benighted. Ignorance means unaware. Ignorance means consciously unconscious. You know, you don't know that you don't know. So why be so hurt when someone says you're ignorant? I don't know how to perform a heart surgery. That would make me ignorant. Primarily, the desire is not there to perform a heart surgery. I don't want to perform a heart surgery. I trust in the appropriate licensed credentials doctors to perform that heart surgery and when the time came. Cosmetology, I got this. Aesthetic, nail tech, I got this. Salon management, got this. Behavior management, got this. Barbering, got this. Classroom management, got this. Ins and outs, cosmetology, post-secondary education, schools, Department of Education, got this. Okay? That's why I charge what I charge. That's why when you ask me for something free, you ain't talking to me. No, you weren't talking to me. Family, friends, grandmama, daddy, niece, whomever, all know by now. You don't ask me for a motherfucking thing for free. At which time I need models for anything, that's a given. I need models. That's anywhere I am. But nobody's going to take that, and that's going to be a year, 2 years, a month, or 2 weeks of you constantly asking for free services. Now I'm looking at your broke asses like you are. Your brokenness, I'm not going to inherit that shit. You ain't going to break me because your ass is broke. Simple. Real simple. So to keep me from telling you no, keep me from telling your broke ass no, don't ask me no broke ass questions. That's what that means. Go let these scam artists burn your hair off your motherfucking scalp in a basement, in a kitchen, in a damn closet, wherever. I don't even like taking clients, and I know you've been around somebody and you tell me that this person was unlicensed, or I sit you in my chair and I pull up a state licensing board and I ask you what this person's first and last name was, show you where to go on this website and verify them, and you tell me, oh, well, they told me that their name was Boo Boo and Ray Way, the Claw. Get up out my chair and get the fuck out my shop. That's where it's at with me. Somewhere like that, yeah. No, I don't do that. Okay? I don't want to spend too much time on this, y'all. I'm almost at 45 minutes on my timer. I don't know if this needs to go to another segment or not. It's just way too much shit that's really got to be knocked down. California's got issues going on with they're doing away with booth renting policies. That's going to trickle down to a lot of different states. Deregulations, again, still a hot topic. Sex trafficking, as I put up before, in other states, and salons and spas are being targeted because we're pretty much a low-key industry. We don't bring a lot of attention to ourselves. It's just a lot of shit going on out here in these damn salon and spa streets, y'all. So brag on every fucking license you got, you damn right. On every fucking degree you got, you damn right. And post the motherfuckers, you damn right. Somewhere where everybody and their fucking mama can fucking see the shit and read if they can read. I don't care nothing about hurt nobody's feelings. Calling somebody out. I had a separate post, whole separate post, in a group for nail tech. Another post that I put up, a group for barbers, and people are like, well, what makes you a master barber? This, that, and other. Well, what makes you a master nail tech? This, that, and other. The fucking license you got is what makes you a master this. The state that you're in, some states print master cosmetology, master barber, master nail tech on your damn license. That's what gives you that. Maybe after you've taken this test to get this license, you go maybe take a class from a product company or another education company or professional development, but you can only get into those classes because you got these basic credentials already. Then you may take an advanced placement class as a mastery in something. Okay? But just to call yourself a damn master, anybody can sit down at a damn computer and print up a fake ass certificate. A damn certificate is not a credential license acquired through examination. The only other way to get one is if you've already been examined and had a license in one state through examination, and they will replicate it in another state through reciprocity or endorsement. Ain't no ways of getting around professional licensing. Scammers, hustlers, street ass motherfuckers that I don't give no kind of a damn about. I hope you see this and fall your ass down in the middle of the fucking street and let a goddamn truck that's delivering products to a real salon run over your goddamn motherfucking fingers and knuckles and break every last one of them motherfuckers in half. And you ain't got shit to be out here scamming nobody else with. That's where I'm at with it. Fuck y'all. Really. For all my professional associations and state board folks and expected people that's going to see this, I'm not speaking in a professional environment. I'm comfortable in my hotel room. I got to get up early as hell in the morning to get my ass back over to do my thing here in Tampa, Florida. Okay. Directorship of admissions. When I am scheduled to sit down at a board meeting or in a professional classroom or speaking at a professional development, I may tone it down a little bit, but not right now. This is the real. This is what it is. And because we ain't giving people really what it is, this is why these goddamn scammers keep bringing their asses out the fucking damn woodpile like the fucking roaches that they are. Ticks and mites and scabies and a whole bunch of other shit that we speak on regularly in our classrooms and our textbooks, and a fucking can of Raid ain't doing it to get rid of these motherfuckers. They need to go on the first instance that they've been out here scam somebody out of one goddamn dollar off of one motherfucking damn appointment. They need to go. It needs to be criminal charges. Something needs to be done for them to understand that you can't be out here fucking up people's money like that. All right? With that being said, I'm going to get ready to sign off and get out of here, guys. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but my head is all whatever right now. Okay? Follow me on YouTube, Salon Life TV. Follow me on Facebook, Salon Life TV. Instagram and Twitter, Miss B the Teacher. And for those with the Miss B, those are actually my initials, MSB. So, Boglin is a little hard to pronounce. In a professional setting, I don't go by my first name, as nobody should. So, it's Miss B. MSTHA Teacher. Miss B the Teacher. Follow me, guys. Please share this video with anybody and everybody that wants a good joke, that wants to laugh, that wants to listen, but they really want something that's real. Please forward this to them. Also, drop down in any comments that I got, and you guys give me some topics you want to talk about later on down the road. Some other stuff I want to hit that's going to be real gritty, real grimy, hit hard. And the very last place you thought that it would happen, but, racism and intolerance and in non-inclusion in the salon environment. Yeah, that shit's still going on. Pain in the ass, but it's still going on. It's too much work out here to still be done for me to take too much of a rest. And because we don't have a legal political arm fighting for us anymore. There is no more NCA. National Cosmetology Association. They've been disbanded for a number of years now, and there has not been another legal entity to step up and take their place. So we don't have people in Washington, D.C. fighting on our behalf. So we largely have to depend on our independent state boards of cosmetology. There is NIC. Yes, they're there and they do their thing. There is AACS, American Association of Cosmetology Schools. They do their thing. But we don't really have one interlink pulling us together anymore, you guys. And the more I think about it, the more I'm just realizing it's going to have to be another grassroots effort to get up and make sure that, We just gotta play the game the way the game's been played. Ain't nobody trying to reinvent the wheel when they want to join the NBA. You just bring your game to the NBA, and you get on a roster somewhere and you play your game and you make your money and you do what you need to do. So that's where I am with that. Trying to reinvent the wheel. We just need to make sure that we're standing up for our rights and our protection and that people are going to understand and respect what we do. But if we ain't respecting it, ain't nobody else gonna respect it. Unions ain't knocking down our doors to get us to join their unions and fight for our rights in a salon and spa industry. Because people don't give much respect to cosmetologists and barbers until your ass has got a fucking scalp infection or somebody slices your fucking neck open with a dirty ass razor or sticks you somewhere with something they ain't supposed to be sticking you with, getting some kind of skincare service or microdermabrasion or microplaning or whatever the hell is out there now, shaving layers of shit off the damn skin and ain't got no damn fucking license to do so. Like, it's real out here. Like, it really is. If you're a consumer, get the first legal and last legal name of the person that is doing your service and go to that state board of cosmetology and barbering. Every licensed state board now has a verification link on their site. If you don't see it, email them. If you can't email them, phone them. Get on a Facebook page, a YouTube page, or something. But ain't nobody out here, no Edward Scissorhands and no Bobby the Barber, got no damn license printed in that damn bullshit on their name. They will have a legal license, and most states are going to require you to post this license at the workstation. And the place of business that you go to is also required to have an establishment license. So if you're in somebody's damn basement and a basement is not a legal business entity, then you're just in some damn body basement. And at this point, all the arrows and signs and red flags have been put out there for you in videos like this, and you still going to land up in somebody's damn basement and let them cut on your ass and slice on your ass and fuck your hand, your nails up. I don't fucking give a shit about fixing no shit like that. Because you ain't got enough money to pay me to fix shit like that. So keep your ass in the basement with the motherfucker that fucked you up and let them continue to fuck you up. Just let that be a new fashion trend. Walking around with some fucked up hair, nails, and sliced off fucking skin. Now, let me get out of here. I done got myself mad and hot. I done turned this air down and I'm still hot up in here. So, whatever. Share this, okay? Straight up and down. I love all y'all, everybody. Again, Miss Misty, I told you I was going to give you a shout out, honey. So, there you go. I'm tired. I'm about to lay it down. I love y'all. Take care. Bye.